Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, today we're going with the control deck, and we're going with 3 colors. Because the new set gave us such amazing mana, we can do it with ease. But before I get into that, if you wouldn't mind, really quick, hitting that subscribe button. It really helps support me, support the channel, and gets us out to a much bigger audience. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know exactly when we have new content come out. So what do I got for you today? We have Grixis Control. And I just love the fact that we can be playing 3 colors pretty consistently again with all this new mana. It is a blast. I love Grixis. What are we doing with this pile? Well, let's start off with our removal. First, we have 4 copies of Duress. Duress is back in standard, pretty strong in my opinion. Every deck is running something that you can rip out of someone's hand. So it is just really nice to see that card again, and I love the art on this one. So that's always fun. Then we have 2 copies of the new removal, Infernal Grasp. 1 black, 1 colorless, destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. We have 2 copies of Burning Hands. It is also newer. You probably have seen it, but just in case, 1 red, 1 colorless, instant. Burning Hands does 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that permanent is green, Burning Hands deals 6 damage instead. We just have a whole lot of Ren and 7s running around. We got a lot of green and Gruul and stuff, chariots and things. You need a card like this in your deck, so that's why it's there. 3 copies of Meat Hook Massacre, 2 black, X. When Meat Hook Massacre enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. So much amazing text on this card, and it is all in your favor. It's a board wipe. It gains you life, it does damage, it's just an all-star of a card. And then doing double duty as both land and removal, we have 2 copies of Shatterskull Smashing. Now, let's get into our draw cards. We have 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, and 3 copies of the new Memory Deluge. 2 blue, 2 colors for an instant. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this spell. Put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Flashback for 7. I think this is one of the best blue draw cards in the entire game, if not just the best blue card in the entire game in standard at the moment. In standard. Just a really strong card. Then we have a counter spell suite. We have 2 Disdainful Strokes. Everybody's trying to do board wipes. Big old planeswalkers, just huge cards in general. So we're actually hitting a lot with that. 1 copy of Girardi's Disruption. Also doing double duty with the Shatterskull, which gives us a total of 25 land because we only have 23 actual lands. And then we have 2 copies of Negate. And then we have some early game creatures. We have 2 Valky God of Lies. We're definitely throwing this on the Valky God of Lies side early game to 1, see their hand, 2, get a creature, and maybe even whack them a few times with it. But we also have the option late game for the Tibalt, and Tibalt is just a super strong planeswalker. And then 4 of a card that I was soft on in the beginning. I even had questions from some of you, the Brew Crew, in comments whether or not I like this card, and I said, I think it's slow, I don't like it. I was thinking of it in the wrong shell. In a control deck, this card is an all-star. 1 red, 1 colorless, Dragon Egg, a 0/4 defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of Ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smoldering Egg has 7 or more Ember counters on it, remove them and transform Smoldering Egg. It becomes a 4/4 flying dragon with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell. So, I mean, there are situations, like you will see in the gameplay, where you get your opponent so low that even I had to negate, I had to Disdainful Stroke my own spell, I believe, just to do the final amount of damage and kill the opponent. But I really like Smoldering Egg. I was soft on it. Now I'm definitely loving it. Then we have our game finishers, our heavy hitters, if you will. We have 2 copies of Professor Onyx and 4 copies of Alrund's Epiphany. Super strong cards. You have a Smoldering Egg out, and you cast Alrund's Epiphany, you're automatically flipping it, because even though it's in Foretell for 6, it is a converted mana cost of 7. It's pretty cool. So it doesn't matter where the Smoldering Egg is. As soon as you do this, you're going to have a 4/4 flyer flying in. Then you get a whole nother turn with some 1/1s, and you're going to be doing damage. God forbid you have another Alrund's Epiphany in your hand, and then you're just going off. Then our land base to finish it off is 2 Hall of the Storm Giants. The ward is way strong. Being able to survive through board wipes and then attack is super strong, and we get to that amount of mana quite easily in this deck with all of our draw that we have. Then we have 1 island, 4 of the black-blue pathways. This is why the deck works here. We have 4 Shipwrecked Marshes, the ones that come into play untapped as long as you own 2 or more lands, and this is the blue-black one. We also have 4 copies of the black-red one, 4 of the red-blue pathways, and 4 of the red black pathways. So if you're familiar with Control, that's what we're doing with this deck. We're just trying to make sure we're controlling the board and then hitting our opponent with whatever we have whenever we can and whenever we're safe. We're not trying to rush them super fast. We're trying to make sure that when we're throwing stuff, we can back it up with counter magic or removal or things like that. So I think you're going to like it. Make sure you stick around to the end for the summary. Without further ado, why don't I go ahead now and show you what the deck can do with some gameplay. Okay, we have Durgrim. We go first. We got 2 lands, 3 if you include the Disruption, Expressive Iteration, Memory Deluge, Epiphany, and Duress. So what do we do here? If I go turn 1 Girardi's into turn 2 Pathway, I can Expressive on 3. But then I can't Duress right away. Let's keep the hand for sure. I don't have blue without this. I'm leading with the blue. Burning Hands, huh? Are they going to be... Is it? So this has to be... It doesn't have to be red. It could be black, and then next turn I could do both. Ah! I think I put it out on black, and I think I go ahead and I check out their hand. Doomscar, Fading Hope, and a bunch of, let's see, a bunch of lands and a non-counter person. We don't really play counter spell or creatures in a manner to where we're gonna be worried about that Doomscar. Other than if they kill our Auron's Epiphany tokens. I think the Fading Hope messes us up the most. Foretell that Doomscar. Get it out of here. Let's go ahead and throw out the Ridge. And I think we just put this into Foretell. Hold up the Expressive Iteration for the next few turns. They're going to go land go. There it is. Hey, look at that. Let's grab... I need the Disdainful Stroke in my hand. Sorry, Onyx, you got to go to the bottom of the library, and we'll put the Shipwreck into play, pass it back. Okay, we get more land, which is always good. Let's put you out on blue. I still have the Disdainful Stroke, so let's... Maybe I shouldn't have put that out yet. Dope. So I'll hold up the Disdainful Stroke and the Memory Deluge. So that's fine. That's fine. I should have actually not played that land this turn. There, you're just going to pass. We're going to Memory Deluge. We get a Divide by 0. Okay. They want to draw some cards. I see, I see. Let's Expressive, looking for a land. We found it. So let's grab... Oh, man, another Memory Deluge, huh? But I have one in my hand. I'm grabbing the Duress. I'm putting back the Deluge. And I'm going to play the land on... Get one more red, I guess? And I want to Deluge, but I think I'm going to Duress. I have plenty of cards in my hand. So this target creature or planeswalker goes bye-bye. Let's get rid of the teachings that they just grabbed. And end the turn. This is probably a counter spell, so they're waiting for... Oh, no, they're going to throw it. So we're going to Disdainful Stroke, because they've got nothing else going on. We're going to grab a Marsh, throw the Marsh. I know this is a Doomscar. Let's try to force the Doomscar. Let's Auron's Epiphany here. We'll get another land. Let's go ahead and throw it. Let's swing in for 2. I can save that for next turn for looking for something. I do this at the end of their turn, and I have removal. So, or I'll do this in response to them casting a spell. Okay, they're gonna... Okay. Let's just go ahead and use this now. I can't do anything. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's so much going on here. I'm taking Auron and Valky. And then we're just taking the damage. They're tapped out. Yeah, they're tapped out. Oh no. So we'll go Auron's Epiphany. True, another one. I mean, if you're gonna keep drawing them, right? Let's go ahead and Auron's Epiphany. Well, we know our opponent's gonna be using this Doomscar soon. And they have a way to kill our Planeswalker immediately. We don't know what's in their hand. But we have another Memory Deluge to find more stuff. So let's just try to get them to waste all their cards. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and exile the top of each of our decks. Divide by 0 and a Shatter Skull Smashing. So we'll go ahead and put this out. Tapped. We'll attack with 4 of them, in case they do anything sneaky. And we'll end the turn. I'm assuming they're going to Doomscar and Fateful Absence. That's what I think they should be doing. There's the Fateful Absence. My job here is done. So maybe I should have taken the damage. There's the Doomscar. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Oh. Okay. Smoldering Egg. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. Let's Smoldering Egg. Let's Expressive Iteration. Let's grab... Oh, man. So many good things. Let's grab the Memory Deluge to our hand. Get rid of the Expressive. And let's put the land into play on blue. What do I got left untapped? I got 6 lands untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have that. So I think we just passed the turn. Yeah, we just passed the turn. I knew they were coming in with that. We're not blocking. We're taking it. Oh no, if that's Auron's Epiphany, that could be over. We're gonna go ahead and Memory Deluge. Oh! So let's take an Auron's Epiphany. And I think I actually take a Negate. I do. I don't take the Onyx here. And then I'll Burning Hands that. Yeah, I can't pay it. That's fine, but that transforms. There we go. Haul the Storm Giants. Let's go ahead and Auron's Epiphany. That's game over. Let's do 2 damage to them. Let's get ourselves some birds. That is game over, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, it's game over. I attack for 4. We can just take our next turn. Good game. We got it. Joe. Is it Jojo? When we go first, we have 2 lands, 3 with the Shatter Skull Smashing, Smoldering, and 2 Expressives. So yeah, I go turn 2 Smoldering Egg into turn 3 Expressives. So let's keep this. So that's blue, that's black, so we might as well put this out on red. And no point paying the life. I could have duressed turn 1, but we're just going to hold off another egg, eh? We'll put this out on black. Smoldering Egg, how are you doing? Blue-white. Try blue-white control. So next turn, this goes on blue. I duress them first, and then I expressive, or... No, I don't expressive this turn. I throw the other Smoldering, and then I duress. Ooh. Nice, that's tapped, so they can't put anything into Foretell. They have a full grip. So I want to be able to duress, so this goes out on blue. We throw a Smoldering Egg. And we go ahead and duress our opponent. Looking for a Doomscar. So what do we got? Expressive, Faithful Mending, gain life, draw cards, bounce something, gain life, make creatures, return something again, or look at the top 4 cards, you may reveal an instant or sorcery. Jeesh, jeesh. I guess let's slow down their bounce plan. Keep one of these on the board for a minute. I'm going to bounce the other one right now. Smart. Another land for us. So well expressive. Let's grab the Disdainful Stroke to our hand. Put back the Gerardies and put the land into play. And then we just end the turn. Faithful Mending is the play. Okay. What do they discard? Another Faithful and the Sunset Revelry. They've got 2 of these in Foretell still. There's another land. We've got the Stroke held up. Revelry. They get some 1/1s. Okay. Card in the Foretell. We got ourselves a negate. So I think the play here is to put this on blue, throw it a land, pass the turn. We have a negate, we have a Disdainful Stroke, another land, and Expressive Iteration. They take 3 from the Shadow Skull. We let them draw. Okay, we got another land as well. We can actually take out both of those 1/1s if we wanted. Let's put this out on red. Let's attempt this. Let's attempt this. Let's do this for 2. You and you. And if I auto submit, and if I auto pay, it's going to leave up my counterspell magic. Smoldering Egg. Both gets triggers. Oh, I like it. Let's go ahead and swing in for 4. Boom. End the turn. We're holding up the negate, the Disdainful Stroke. They won't be board wiping if that's what that is. Faithful Mending. We'll allow that. Let them have their draw, because they're going to draw into problems anyway. So let them have the Faithful Mending, gain their life, counter the problem. Otherwise, you counter the draw, they draw into the problem, you let them keep going. They draw into the problem, and then you can't stop the problem. Now, they've used all of this draw cards, all of this power. They're looking for cards. They're going to cast their mana, and we're going to just negate or stroke it. There's a Memory Deluge. Okay, let them have it. Let them have it. Drawing isn't the problem. It's the cards they get with the drawing. And so far, that's all they're representing. This deck is just a bunch of draw. A bunch of different ways to slow you down and draw. So, divide by 0 is not going to be happening. Nope. No, we've worked too hard. Let's do 2 damage to you. We're going to flip this next turn with Expressive Iteration. Oh, another Disdainful Stroke. Let's go ahead and do the Expressive Iteration now. Let's do 2 damage here. Let's put an Onyx in our hand. I guess put the... Do I need more red? No, but I need maybe more black. So let's just grab the Haunted. Let's put out the Haunted. We're attacking with everything. And we're ending the turn. I don't think they can board wipe anything that this can't stop. So that's good news. We can do Disdainful twice. Doomscar? Nope. Nope. They're dead. They're... We'll just kill them. We'll just kill them. They're just dead. We don't even need to be able to counter it. We're not countering anything. We're just casting spells. That gets countered. That does damage. This does damage. Boom. Good game, opponent. Okay, Brew Crew. That's going to do it for Grixis Control. And I definitely think this is around a tier 2 deck, in my opinion. Maybe 1.5. I definitely think you could climb on the ladder with it, especially once you get all the intricacies down. I'm having a blast with it. I haven't really seen any faults to where I want to switch anything out yet, other than maybe playing around with some of the counter spells. Maybe instead of Disdainful Strokes, we're going with Saw It Comings or something like that. So you can pretty much change out the negates and the Disdainful for anything you want, but keep the Gerardis in the deck because it's land. Same thing with the Shatter Skull. You don't really want to go messing with any of that. The Burning Hands, the second I started playing this deck, I barely saw any green, any Ren and Sevens, any Chariots, anything that I really could take advantage of the Burning Hands with. So that, if you stop seeing a whole lot of that, that's a flex spot in the deck. But for now, I'm not going to change that. I'm actually not going to be changing anything for the moment. I like where the deck is sitting, but those are the kind of the things that I would look at changing. Maybe even drop one Duress, but I like the whole suite. If you're going to run it, run all four in my opinion. Let's talk about crafting though. We have Meat Hook Massacre. I definitely think this card is strong. And if you're going to be playing a lot of black, a lot of control, or anything with the board sweeper, I don't think crafting 3 is unreasonable. I know it's expensive. Definitely craft at least 2, but I think it's a strong card and you're going to see plenty of it. Memory Deluge, craft 3 all day long. If you need a 4th one for a deck, I think craft another. You're going to be, anytime you're touching blue, especially with control, which blue is not usually a rush deck, this is just an all-star in my opinion. Uncommons and commons, don't worry about those. Valky, 2 of them. I mean, it gets seen in a lot of different decks. I think it's kind of a safe craft, so in my opinion, go ahead with those. Smoldering Egg, I was a no. I was a definite no. Now I am probably yes, but buyer beware. Who knows if this card will end up staying good in the meta. At the moment, I'm saying yes. Originally, I said no. Maybe I'll flop again, so beware on that. You make your own decision on Smoldering Egg, but I think it's going to be safe. Professor Onyx's, of course, Slamcraft, same thing with Auron's Epiphany, so it can kind of be expensive with all of these mythics, but these are all mythics that you're going to play in other decks. I think those are all safe. And then, as always, I always think lands are a safe craft. They, you know, they get put in any deck that touch those colors, so it's not like they're situational on only an aggro deck or only a control or mid-range. So definitely safe in my opinion. So that's what I suggest. That's the deck. I really want to hear what you have to say down in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the gameplay, what you thought about this deck, anything you want to see in the future. You all have been so amazing. We're loving the comments. This group of Brew Crew misfits have been an absolute blast. I'm loving every minute of creating content for y'all. You've been super nice. So thank you very much. Please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It helps support me, the channel. It gets us out to a much broader audience. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.